Hey doll people, I've got a lot of stuff that I think I would like to share with you guys. So let's have a doll talk. I think it makes perfect sense to start with the sewing that I would like to share with you guys, because the last video was just me showing a dress that I made. I have been sewing up a tiny storm of dresses, particularly dresses and skirts. I've been making dresses like this. Oh, okay. Yeah, been making dresses like this. This is my customized welly wisher. She does have a face up that I actually never sealed. And I didn't seal it because I wasn't sure this face up would stick, but it's been like 4 years or something like that. So I'm probably not going to erase it, but I never actually sealed it. But she does have a face up, and I re-wigged her after putting her in this dress, and then she got like a little band-aid on her knee, some bracelets. So she's kind of come to life, this tiny little lady. She's so cute. I think she's like a bookworm. I think she's sweet. For whatever reason, my girl rattles. I don't know why she rattles. I really don't. I've never taken her head off. And I've never done anything to her outside of painting her and re-wigging her. So I don't know why she rattles, but she does. With her being like a bookworm, I don't know why, but I felt like the sky or like nebulas and stars and stuff really fit her personality. I made this dress. I haven't put snaps on it just yet. It's a nebula, and I've put like really fun decorative, I think these are trims on it, and then I did a little bit of hand sewing and stuff. Having a whole lot of fun with just like basic stitches on just the neckline. I also made this. Love this fabric. I've got lots of this fabric, and I'll probably be making another one. Look at, it's kind of hard, but you see like these stitches? These stitches are just straight up decorative because I mean everything's stitched in place, but I like adding these pretty thick thread. It's embroidery thread, and I just like going into random places. I think I did. Yeah, there you go. They're the same color as the fabric. It's kind of hard to see it, but I love doing that. I think it's so fun, and it adds to the handmade look of things, which here lately I've been really into, like the whole handmade aesthetic. I got around to sewing some things for Jory, which is like, he's a chunky MSD for people that don't know him. This actually did not work out for him because it was my full intention to make a top in the shape of those dresses that you just saw. But I made the skirt too long. Like it was gonna kind of look peplum almost, but I made the skirt too long. So it's just another dress for her. And it's made with this really fun Mario print. I love this trim here. The use of this trim. A nice box pleat. Yeah. Super cute. This dress actually turned out a lot prettier than I thought it was going to. And I think it has a lot to do with that adorable bow that's just right on the front. Because I mean, when I got finished with it, I was like, oh, it feels a bit plain, but I didn't want to add too much because of this really cool print. And I really wanted the print to stand out. So I took the same print and made this bow and decided that I just put it right in the front. And I think it really ties everything together. It's very cute. You guys have seen this. Oop. This is one of the dresses you guys have seen. I made this dress just before going to Resin Rose, which was a couple months ago. Yeah, love this dress, but this is the same pattern. All of the dresses I'm about to show you are the same pattern. I guess I should have mentioned that before. Yeah, they're all the same pattern. So I wanted to show this one as well. This one has just got a longer skirt, and it's got gathers, but the gathers are very shallow. So, it's a rainbow. Here's another dress. Just sewing. This one was another one where I got the skirt a little bit more, give it a little bit more drama, because I didn't add anything to the skirt or the bodice outside of this lace here. Because there are unicorns on this fabric. Unicorns, guys. Unicorns. I was like, whoa, I cannot take away from that. So I didn't add anything. But I think it's really cute. It's one of those dresses that it layers really good. And these are like my favorite colors. Like you've got the white in there. You've got all of the lavenders and the golds and stuff. I love those colors together along with the pinks. So this helps me. Having something like this in my wardrobe or in my dolly wardrobe makes sense because I'll be able to layer. I'll be able to do like pretty much any hat that I make, I think. You know what I mean? Like these are the colors that I'm always constantly using. So it makes sense to have this in my dolly wardrobe. That would go perfect. That would go perfect. Aww. My artist dolls, like my PVC artist dolls, they have got to get loved on a little more throughout the holidays. And maybe next year. Maybe I'll just like dedicate a year to like loving on them a little more. They've been slightly neglected. Like they're on display, but they're just kind of being neglected. I made this dress the same day I made that unicorn dress that you just seen. And I kind of had the same concept. I was like, these are the colors that I'm constantly gravitating towards anyway. It's like a pastel rainbow. But all of my favorite colors are highlighted. Like the nice lavenders, powdery blues and stuff like that. Again, like, see what I mean? So this one's a little simple because I'll be, oh my God, it's lined with such, just the cutest fabric. Look, so pretty. See, I love when I do that. That always, like every time I open something and I'm like, that lining fabric, so cute. I really like this nice iridescent lace. I think I got this lace from Summer. Yeah, I think so. So this might be best friend lace. I know I got this purple lace from Summer. It's another Mario dress. It's got Mario all over it. But this red really spoke to me. And I did like the bows, and there are working pockets on either side. Really cute. Really, really cute. I really had a heck of a lot of fun just layering all of these trims at the bottom here and on this nice skirt. Also fully lined. Almost, well, not almost, everything I sew or have sewn in the last, I guess, maybe 4 or 5 years has been lined. Love this. And so I love this so much. And Tachibana just seemed like the happiest dolly in this dress that I decided that I would go on and make another Nintendo inspired dress specifically for Tachibana. But this one would be, the skirt would be tiered, and I would make it like a maxi dress. So it's longer. And so you see that, like, I love how those trims work really well together. And so they're just layered and stuff. All the drama. And if there was ever a character in the Nintendo universe that I think Tachibana would really love, it would be Yoshi. It really would be Yoshi. So, and I just had so much fun putting that together. I really did. So much fun. And I typically make dresses a bit short, because I like putting socks on my dolls, and I also like showing off most of my dolls' legs. So I normally make the skirt short, but this was really fun. So this was a fun breakaway from what I normally do, especially with it being tiered. And it is like the skirt and then another skirt that's been gathered to add the top skirt here. So it's an actual tier instead of me just like tossing lace in place. So had so much fun with that I decided that I would do something for Midori. I'm talking about all these dolls like you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I'm trying to speed through it because I've got other stuff that I want to show you. But I made a couple of dresses for my big girl, Midori. I feel like you guys know her, but any opportunity to put her on camera, I'm gonna take it. This is Midori. She's looking very yellow because of the lighting that I have here, but I promise you she's not that yellow. This is Midori. I love this girl. She's currently in a sweater that I crocheted, a top made by a friend, and some pants made by a friend, and some really cool kicks. It's my girl. I love her. So, she's one of the dolls that I will spoil absolutely rotten. Actually, I think I spoil all of them rotten. At least I tried to. But she's one of the dolls that I like to actively make for. And so I decided to make her a couple of dresses while I was in the mood to make dresses. Because she's definitely a doll that wants to wear dresses. But all of her dresses that I had for her that I actually purchased, they no longer fit her. She's on a Feeple 65 body, and her head is Volks. And when I initially got her, she was on the SD13 female body. And now all of her dresses that she would be sitting around in and being beautiful in, they're all too small. Her bust won't fit. So I've kind of been on this journey of just making her more nice dresses because she likes nice dresses. Like, she would much rather be in a nice, over-decorated dress than what she's wearing right now. Like, this is what she puts on when she's just kind of like tending to her garden. But she would much rather be in dresses. So, working on dresses. They're on hangers right now because they're too big for me to store and I don't want them to get wrinkled and stuff in storage. So I've been hanging them in the closet here. Real cute. All the lace. And this is another maxi skirt. Skirt isn't tiered, it's just one big skirt. But I've placed lace and trim to kind of make it look like it was, just to give the skirt more drama, even though this fabric is insane. And there's a little bit of patchwork. This fabric right here was gifted to me by Sarah of Bad Chicks, and so I wanted to incorporate it in here because look at how beautiful that pairs together. Like, when stitching this together, it was mind-blowing just how nice the two fabrics play well together. You see that? So nice. They've got the same mood. And they even have like the same shapes in the print. Like, even though this print is definitely scalloped and everything is circular and stuff, there's still circular motifs on the fabric Sarah gave me. And I wanted to kind of just throw that in there and have it play. Look at the fish, the koi fish. Yeah, have it play well with this fabric. And I think it worked really good. I was inspired by some traditional wear, beautiful Ukrainian pieces that I saw. And I definitely didn't follow any traditional, I guess, techniques or anything like that. And I actually didn't follow a style or anything. It was really, I saw some pieces, I thought they were beautiful, and I kind of just wanted to go into my own artistic sewing process with that in mind. And that's what I did with this. And it's crazy because one of the people on Instagram, when I posted Midori in this dress, they picked up on it. And I thought that was really, really cool because nothing was intentional. When I sew, I am holistically sitting down to play. You know, I'm just pulling stuff out. I'm tacking things to stuff that I think look really cute. Nothing is planned. I did not sketch none of this stuff out. I just played. And that's what this is. Yeah, and I really like it. So this was the first dress. And because I had, oh, this fabric feels so good. Because I had pieces left over from doing the patchwork on this skirt, I decided that I had to use it. None of that fabric was going to go to waste because it was a gift. So I made another dress for Midori. And this dress is a little bit more patchworky because I was trying to make things work. I didn't plan that patchwork at all. So things are kind of like, well, patchworky. So I made the bodice, I constructed the bodice, and I made sure that I got one of the motifs on the front of the bodice and like not cut off. So made that bodice. All of the outer parts of the bodice are all the same fabric. So scraps from this fabric here. And then the rest of this garment is all patchwork, including lining. So we've got like some best friend fabric, and then we've got like some pieces of this fabric left over. And then the skirt is actually some trim that I was running low on, and I was like, if I don't add it to something, I'm afraid that I won't find something to use it on. Something to use it on specifically for Midori. So tack that on there. This is some fabric that I really enjoyed a few years back, but only had like a little square. Probably would have been enough to make something for Blythe. But I was trying to make stuff for Midori. So I put that in there. There's the other half. And it was the same situation with this, where it was probably enough to make something for Blythe or Barbie. And I decided that I would just cut it in half and add it to the skirt. So that's kind of what it's doing. It's doing like this fabric, that fabric, this fabric, that fabric. And then I tacked on some lace. Some more best friend lace. I'm pretty sure I got this lace from Summer. I'm still working through all the lace that she gave me literally years ago. But I'm having fun. I thought this was fun. I really did. I think all of the colors play well together. It's definitely a work of patch, you know, and I'm here for all of that. I like a little mismatch, like a little mixed match. Yeah. All this fabric is almost like gauze, you know. It's kind of like crushed gauze. Whoever knows what this fabric is called, please tell me, because I actually thrifted the shirt that this fabric came from, and I thrifted the shirt specifically so that I could use the fabric. So I'm actually not entirely sure what this fabric is called, but I do know it's completely cotton. Yeah, so here's the fabric. It's another tiered skirt that I put onto a bodice that I crocheted. And I love the way that these two like motifs play together. Some trim again from Summer. And this is kind of what I tossed her in for her to be displayed so that she wouldn't stain while she's on the shelf. So made that dress. Speaking of my Dolphy dream, this is Kaname. And I have, ooh, you know what? I don't want y'all to see up my doll's skirt. I mean, she got on underwear and everything, but I don't want y'all to see up her skirt. So Kaname got redressed. I know I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, it's stupid. It's like, okay, of course, Josh, we know you redress your fucking dolls. Why are you showing us that? But I had to because I made the hat. And then I made this skirt out of the scraps from when I made that dress for my welly wisher out of the same fabric. And I was just like, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use it. I'm using the scraps. I'm not letting them go to waste. And I'm not letting them accumulate either. Like, I don't want them to accumulate because the smaller the scrap, the harder it is for me to get inspired to use it. So I've been like, as soon as some scraps accumulate, I'm like, let me just use them. Let me use them. So I ended up making this really cool, very short skirt. And I put this really sweet bow. You see what I mean? It's so cute. And since like when I was making this, it wasn't really with Kaname in mind. I was just making it so that it fit any SD, really. This is my personal pattern that I made like years ago. It's super simple. It's just two rectangles. Like it's not like revolutionary or nothing. But simple cuts really make for highlighting really fun fabrics. So I just did like some fun zigzag work around the edge so it didn't look so damn blunt. Nice bow. And then I threw it on her. I was like, we gonna put some stockings and stuff on so it don't stain her. I'm so worried about her staining. And we did a dress, and this is one of my comfy cardies. And then I had made this hat, I feel like maybe a week before the skirt was created. The skirt and the dress was created. And I just thought it was super cool because all the colors go so well together. It's almost like I planned it. And then I threw some boots on. That's my girl Kaname. Look at her. She about to go get a coffee and judge all the people walking down the street. I love her. I did make one more dress and some shorts out of a fabric that I'm not really a fan of. I was trying to use this fabric because I felt like I need to get it out of my stash. I need to make it into something because I kind of felt like it wasn't something that I was really gravitating towards. And I don't know why, because all of my favorite colors are in this fabric. So I made this dress, and I specifically made this dress for Smart Doll. It's nice. The construction is really good. It fits good. I just don't like the fabric. But one of my friends was like, try the fabric or the dress with something that's more neutral. And so Andrea had sent me, correction, Queen of Squid sent me a box of Happy that had some pieces from Andrea in the box. And it was like the cut of a leather jacket. It had the zipper and everything. But it was this tan wool. And I put that over it, and that looks really good. So, like, maybe the dress just needs to be toned down a bit for me to like it. But it was made. It was constructed. I did it. It's a thing. But since I was kind of unhappy with this dress when I made it, I was like, let me fuck around and see if I can make a skirt. You know? Maybe not a skirt. I'm sorry. I was like, let me fuck around and see if I can make some shorts, because whenever I make my Smart Doll shorts, the world is okay. So I made some shorts. Hated them. I ain't even put no damn snaps on this shit. It still ain't. It needs to be finished. I need to put closures. I need to put closures on that dress too. I'll get to it eventually. But so I made skirts. It was pretty fun for me because pink. But beyond pink, this fabric wasn't, like, I didn't gather this fabric or anything. There was a vintage doll that I purchased from a thrift store or maybe the flea market. And this was the dress. But the dress's bodice was in such bad shape. And the fabric is pretty delicate. And I was just kind of like, I'm gonna salvage the skirt. And that's what I did. I ended up salvaging the skirt, and I kept it, and I've put a waistband on it and some lace. And that's the skirt. Yeah. So happy with that, because I like the vintage prints and stuff. And it just seemed so much like a waste just to toss it. Super simple, from the same pattern that I made the other skirt out of that I just showed you that was on Kaname. Super simple. Out of that Nebula fabric. This was actually some scraps from the dress that I made for my Welly Wisher as well. And I actually made those skirts the same night. In the group chat that I'm a part of, we were also talking about skirts in that chat. And it just kind of like lined up. And we were talking about pleated skirts. So I was like, I'm going to make a pleated skirt. Love this fabric. Like, I have nothing but time for this fabric. So the box pleats are there and they've been sewn down. And I made this for Smart Doll. And when it's around the doll's waist, I love how the pleats that have been sewn down, they kind of hug the hips and then flare out. Yeah, so I made this skirt. I cut this skirt specifically to highlight the motif that's here. Like, it's still pretty broken up because there are pleats, but I wanted to be able to like see this. That meant I ended up cutting into the fabric pretty harshly, but I still wanted to be able to use all of the fabric because none of this is going to waste. So that's what I did. I made another pleated skirt, but this one I made a little bit shorter because I do feel like my Smart Doll girls look better to me in like something that can really showcase their legs. So I made this one shorter. It's kind of highlighting a piece of the motif. This is actually the bottom of the other motif that you saw on the other skirt that was longer. This one's also pleated, so it does the same thing. Hold up. Yeah, this one does the same thing in the hips where it hugs the hips and then just kind of flares out. I think that's so pretty. So pretty. And then when I cut this from the scraps, I ended up making more scraps. So I said, it's going to be a skirt too. And so I made another one, but this one's gathered. So you got the really nice gathers at the waistband. And that's that. This one I wasn't really trying to showcase anything. I was just trying to use the fabric. And I think it turned out really nice. Not sure if I'm going to keep this. I actually think I might gift this to someone. Which I'm not going to say who. But because it's in the video, I'm not going to say who. But I think I might gift this to somebody because I don't need repeats. You know, I don't need repeats. Yes, I think is that everything? All right. So that's all the sewing. I know that was a lot. That was probably enough to just make one video, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm feeling like sewing. I try and get in there and really enjoy myself when I finally do feel like sewing, because sometimes I can go full stretches where I don't want to stitch nothing. So whenever I feel like, let me sew a whole bunch and I'm enjoying myself while I'm sewing a whole bunch, I try and make it happen. But there are some dolls that I want to show. Wait, before I show you the dolls, let me show you the top that I knit for Lillian. She's right here. God, she's so heavy. She's so heavy. And right now you can't tell her nothing because she thinks she everything in a bag of chips. But this is Lillian. And this is the top that I made. I actually didn't even, hold on, let me sit her on my knee. She's so big. Okay. I'm gonna do this. All right. So here she is. This is so fucking crazy. This is the top. And it's been knitted. And I didn't even notice the whole whoop with that color because I did I did knit these straps at separate times. So it's really cool seeing how the stripes have migrated other places and stuff. But yeah, knit the body, knit the base down here, got impatient and decided to crochet the detailing around the armholes and the neck. And I think they play well together. Like, I'm not mad at it. I think everything looks good. This is actually that yarn that everybody's kind of been going crazy about, where you can make granny squares without having to change your yarn because of the self-striping. And I have used it. It does work, but I like when the colors do other things. So it was really nice knitting this. I think it looks really good. Yeah. Lillian is so big. she's just so large and in charge. Hold on, let's move you. Let's look at the camera. Come on. Come on, girl. She's so pretty. Please look at the camera. There you go. She's so pretty. I love her hair when it gets messy. Oh my God. She's just, but yeah, the whole purpose of me knitting her that top, let me fix her wig. Hold up. It's falling off. Okay. The whole reason of me knitting her that top is because all of the things that I have are, I can't, this doll is so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so everything. It looks like she's holding the phone. Look. Anyway, I made Lillian this top because I wanted something to kind of like show off her body a little bit. So it kind of like looks more proportionate for her, and it looks more like age appropriate for her, because she seems like a teenage, like a teenage girl. She could even be like young adult in my mind, with the way that she's sculpted and everything. And I feel like all of the clothes that I have, they do fit her really well, and she will continue to like play in them. But a lot of them age her a lot younger than what she looks to me, and it kind of like makes me feel a bit weird. So I was like, we're gonna make you something to show off that little belly button, her little belly button. And I think it cuts her really nice. It's real cute. Yeah, so now that we done dishing about Lillian here, her hands are insane. Jesus Christ, look at them. I'm gonna get her some jointed hands, but her hand sculpting is just insane. Like, it's so nice. The sculpting on her in general is just so nice, and she's so big and cuddly. You know, I think I'm just gonna complete the rest of the video with her sitting here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I wanted a TV head doll or a monitor head doll for the longest time. And I happened to see this sculpt at Resin Rose. And I was like, I have got to get that. I ended up missing out at Resin Rose because unfortunately the variation, like this variation that I wanted, had sold by the time I got back around to their booth. But the seller was like, that's totally fine. I can reprint you another doll and just send it to you after Resin Rose. And that's what we did. Look at those big old feet. I just think everything about this doll is just so fun. It's so cartoony. It kind of reminds me of Fooly Cooly. I love these big old exaggerated hands. And I typically don't even bother blushing a whole lot for my dolls because the blushing will get scratched and stuff because I'm playing with the doll. But I had to blush these hands, and I had to give them a little black manicure and everything. And I've taken some really cool photos. Like, whenever I take photos of Socket, I find myself gravitating towards like lights and electricity, stuff that like jolts. That's the word that pops into my head whenever I think about what I want to do in the photos. So I've made some really fun photos. I've been making crazy edits because there's something about this doll that's just so camp and so extremely unserious. And I love that. So this is my boy Socket. And, oh, wait, I guess I should. The reason I'm really excited about Socket would have to be, I feel like he'll be able to bridge this kind of like mental gap I have in my mind. I want to talk more about anime and stuff that I'm watching from a completely unserious, totally biased, I'm a fanboy nerd ass way. Okay, so unserious as fuck. Like, I'm not even going to be stating any facts. It's just gonna all be feelings. And I feel like for whatever reason he'll be able to help that. I have this idea of even like doing screenshots and stuff of the anime that I'm watching, and when I'm talking about it, maybe the screenshots could be his face. This is Surge. Surge is also a TV head or a monitor head. And he's on the Obitsu 23 centimeter body. Yeah. The old one. Which I really like. And I think it works really well. I think I want to do the same thing with him. I think I kind of want to do the same thing with him, but maybe with different kinds of media. Maybe the two of them could specialize in different kinds of media, or maybe they could just be interchangeable. Again, unserious, very fun. I love the whole object head aesthetic, and I kind of want more because now that I have these two guys, I want an SD boy. I ended up meeting somebody's doll at Resin Rose, and their doll was an object head like this or similar to it, and they named their guy Static, and he's huge and long and lanky and thin, and I was like, he reminds me of the character from Fooly Cooly, and she was like, yes, and I was like, I want to do that. I don't think my character will be long and lanky and like half as stylish as her doll was. But the idea of having a bigger doll with a monitor head seems fun. Andrea had sent me that box of Happy, and in that box of Happy were these heads, and I've since put the heads on a Blythe body. I think they belong on a Blythe body. It just works way too well. This is the one that she sent me, and I had another one that was sent to me from Queen of Squids, and I've painted it, and she's been painted for a little bit. I've just not been able to share her, and I've plopped a fur wig on her and dressed her and everything. She doesn't have a name, so if somebody has a name, shoot it, you know. I decided to continue with like the whole cat aesthetic. I even like painted the ears, her hearts in there and stuff like that. But yeah, she's actually got a heart on her face. You just hold up. See? So cute. I think she just turned out to be the sweetest little feline creature. And after I painted her, I was like, she belongs on a Blythe body. And that's what I did. I put her on the Blythe body, and then I was like, I think I'm just gonna make the other kiddo a Blythe inspired dolly as well. And I feel like I haven't displayed her on the shelf with any Blythe dolls, but I feel like she'll fit in pretty well. And I was inspired by like old 90s anime, and just decided to play. And I decided not to use any black. So all of these colors that you see on her face are just all different shades of pinks and purples and blues, dark blues and reds and stuff. No black. And it all turned out to be so nice. Like, I think she's so cute. The whole gimmick with these dolls is it's hair play. The fashions are kind of like these fun clip-on clothes that kind of remind me of old Polly Pocket, if you will. And if I'm not mistaken, because this is my first kind of step into these dolls, but there are smaller dolls and they have the clip-on clothes and stuff, just like Polly Pocket and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. A lot of people are kind of playing with them with the LOL OMG surprise, like small babies and stuff. But yeah, saw her and I was like, yes, ma'am. And she really does smell like grapes. Oh God. She smells so good. Yeah. She smelled like grape Kool-Aid. I'm here for that. The baby got Rebo flapping in her head. I love it. And so since her clothes were clip-on, I was like, that's fun, but maybe not for me. So I do have the clip-on clothes. I don't know what to do with them because the clip-on clothes are fun, probably for kids. But I want fabric. So I ended up crocheting her this really cute dress. I'm in the process of copying a Kindy Kids dress pattern from the actual dress without deconstructing it, and it's giving me a little bit of hell because I think I might know why they decided not to do actual fabric clothing with these dolls. Getting things over their arms without wrecking a garment is hell. It really is. It really is. And they're quite, like, they've got their minimal articulation. Like, they go out like this. And they do the regular, you know, all of that. They twist this, that, and the third. But the thing is, their arms don't quite come together. So if you were dressing them, that's how far together they come. So if you were dressing her, you would need the armholes to be able to accommodate how wide these arms come out. But that also means her bodice is going to be super huge and disproportionate. And she's quite pear-shaped. So her upper portion is very small. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I think I get it. I was like, I might just have to like do jumpers where there's snaps on her shoulders. Because I don't want to sew something and then it would technically fit, but you can't get it over her arms. And that's exactly where I am with that. I made the cutest, most adorable little A-line dress. I even put bows on it, decorated and everything, and it does not fit. So, I mean, it fits, but I can't get it over her arms. So that sucked. And in my frustration, I decided I'm just going to crochet her the sweetest, most Greta Grape dress that I can figure out and muster through all this frustration of being pissed off that my garment don't fit. And we got that. And I think she's really cute. I do. She needs some sisters. I spent maybe 2 hours playing in her hair. I know y'all looking at this like, that's not 2 hours. Stop playing with me. This is what the hairstyle that I stopped on. But I put her in so many different hairstyles while her hair was kind of like damp. I braided it. I got very minimal shedding. She did come with gel in her hair, and when I washed her hair out, I fully expected to get a whole lot of shedding. Nope. I think maybe got 4 or 5 strands. It wasn't bad at all. And her hair is thick. I love her. A friend of mine, or rather, Summer, when I was showing Summer, which is my bestie, when I was showing her this doll, she was like, they kind of remind me of like Kindy Kids. And you know what? Yeah, I see it. I was connecting their proportions and then the hair play and everything with the Bratz babies. But I am enjoying this doll and I do plan on getting more. I think she's really sweet. I made another comfy cardi, but I modified the pattern a little bit. I made the arms a little bit longer to accommodate the full length of the Smart Doll. And I also added a hood. But on the back of the hood, I added an opening so that the hair could just rest through the opening in the back of the hood so that it looks good in pictures like this. Because whenever I put the cardigan on the dolls, whenever I add a hood, the dilemma is always, where the fuck is her hair gonna go? That's not really something you have to think about with the human proportions, but with the doll proportions, it's like the hair is just in the way now and you can't really see the cardigan and everything. But that solves that. I think I'm gonna do that more whenever I do like hats and stuff on a cardigan for my dolls. I think Usagi loves this. So cute. I think that's where I'll leave you. A lot of creativity, a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying myself making all the things. Lily and I would like to showcase our favorite comment from the last video. And we will see you guys in our next video. Bye, y'all. Bye. I gotta get you a red wig.